Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. First of all, if this is the first video you've clicked on from me, I post book reviews every single day or almost every single day, so if you're looking for reading inspiration, feel free to stick around or look at the hundreds of books I have already reviewed. Now let's discuss the topic of today's video, and that is volume 10 of the series Kaguya-sama, Love is War. So first of all, this was a viewer recommended series and I'm so glad that I got this recommendation. I have been loving this series. I have been devouring this series, I have been consuming this series, and I am already on volume 10, which is kind of crazy. I've been reading this at a very fast pace. I actually was trying to get through this morning, but I was interrupted when a bat flew into my living room and I had to spend the entire morning trying to chase it around with a broom to get it outside the window so I didn't get rabies or whatever I had. So this one actually I finished like 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, and I'm excited to review. And this also means that I need to go to the library and get the next couple volumes in the series because this is the last volume of the series that I have checked out right now. So I'm kind of at a very sad stopping point and I need to acquire the next couple volumes in the series. So volume 10, Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Let's talk. We are back to war as usual, business as usual. We have our two main characters, Shinomiya, I'm trying to learn their names, and Shirogane, who are both in a battle of wits of sorts. Both of them have feelings for each other. They are the student council president and vice president. They are the very top of this very prestigious school where the best of the best in Japan send their children to be educated and become tomorrow's leaders. And these two individuals would perceive confessing their feelings for the other as a loss. Both of them want the other person to confess first, and they have created this tense situation in which they are creating scenarios in which the other person might have to confess. It is a very complicated and convoluted but very entertaining series that I have been loving reading. So volume 10, we are in the second term of the student council presidency of Shirogane, and things are going kind of smoothly, more or less, about as smoothly as can be expected. Something that I really like that happened in volume 9 is we got a lot further into Ishigami. I have not met him in the anime, so I do not know his name yet. Ishigami's backstory, and now I feel like he's a much better character. I don't think he was a bad character. Actually, I really liked him from the very first moment he was introduced in the series, but I feel like after getting to know his backstory, I like him even more. Volume 10 is just a continuation of the funny scenarios that these people get themselves into trying to get the other person to confess, and also the interactions of the other student council members. So it's not just the vice president and the president, but we have a lot of other characters who are interacting with each other. And because this series is very much character driven and not so much plot driven, and by that I mean there's not outside things happening. This isn't like a sci-fi novel where outside things are happening and the characters have to respond, and this is more of a character responding to each other. Because we have that situation, I feel like having the characters have good interactions or funny interactions or meaningful interactions with each other is necessary to keep the series entertaining, and the author has succeeded in accomplishing that, and I really, really like it, and I really, really appreciate it. So volume 10 is a continuation. I especially like the development or growth that the author has put into the Ishigami character. Always liked him, but now I like him more. The funniest series, and actually something that in this series that reminded me both of real life and also another series that I'm reading, was this earbud scene where we have, I believe it was Miko Ino, who was formerly Shirogane's rival in the student council election cycle, but Shirogane extended an invitation for her to be on his student council, is in the student council room. She's listening to initially just music, and Ishigami doesn't want to tell her that her earbuds are like sort of unplugged, so I guess she's hearing it through her earbuds, but it's also playing in the room. She doesn't notice this, and as a result, he can hear what she's listening to. And it starts out with like normal sounds like rainfall and like forest sounds, which you know you can listen to these when you're studying or when you're trying to sleep. But then it progressively gets to stuff that maybe she doesn't want everyone to know she's listening to, such as, I think one of it's like hot guys trying to cheer you up or something. Yeah, hot guys to cheer you up. And they're like saying stuff, and Ishigami is really trying to cover for her as more people start coming into the student council room. He's trying to embarrass himself to take notice away, or trying to get her to subtly notice that she hasn't plugged her earbuds in all the way. And I thought it was just a very funny scene because it's funny because of the situation, but it's also funny because it's relatable. I definitely a couple times in college forgot to plug my earbuds into my laptop and immediately tried to start playing music in the college library and just blasted music. I mean, everyone has done that. I heard other people do that when I was in college too, so I'm not the only person in the world who's done that. Fortunately, nothing I was listening to was too embarrassing, unless you consider pop music embarrassing to listen to. but I feel like it's relatable there. I also feel like it's relatable for the scene that happens in another manga series that I'm reading right now, and that is No Matter How I Look at It, It's You Guys' Fault I'm Not Popular, where the main character goes to this voice actor convention or thing where she can meet a voice actor for a rather adult game that she likes playing, and she can have him say whatever he wants and she can record it. So she records it and she's listening to it, but she doesn't realize that she didn't run it through like headphones. She ran it through like a speaker system, so the whole house hears. And it's like a relatable situation, so it's funny. It just reminded me of that in the other series that I'm reading as well. So I like that scene in this book. Overall, volume 10 is great. As I mentioned, this is the last one that I have out for like this book section, book haul, book. This is what I have out from the library right now, so I need to actually go back to the library and figure out where volumes 11 onward are and get them, because this is as far as I can go so far. But I am loving the series. I highly recommend this series. I am so excited to see where it goes. I'm invested in the romance. I'm invested in everyone who's not involved in the romance. I just think it's a great series. It's a fun series. I'm also loving the anime. It was a recommendation to watch it, and I have been slowly watching it. I don't want to get further ahead in the anime than I am in the actual manga, so I don't want to watch too much of it. So I'm trying to watch it very slowly and just a little bit, mostly just to learn their names. But I'm interested in seeing where the anime goes, and maybe that will tide me over. I'm sure the anime is going to follow the manga series, but be quiet. But sorry, my cat's crying. Yeah, I guess that'll keep me busy until I get the next couple volumes in the series, because I'm excited to see where this series goes. If you have any comments or recommendations or anything you want to say, please put it in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.